I know it's early in the morning, but Will Gear's here, and I think we're going to have lunch. Will, is this something good in this bag here?
No, that's a bag that my daughter Ellen Gear made for me. She was on the Jimmy Stewart show last year.
Yeah.
And she noticed I was always losing things in my old age, so she made a bag that contains my scripts and old nuts and bolts and seeds and fishing hooks and all the sort of things an old gentleman likes to carry around with him. Prom notes, or about when Cornella Kennedy was my sweetheart, and the Frankfurt High School note for Greenville.
Listen, you're from around our parts, aren't you?
Oh, yeah, sure. What was it George Ade says? A lot of fine people come from Indiana. Finer they are, the quicker they come. But no kidding, we're going to appeal to the heartstrings of the people. Remember when John L. Lewis used to arch his eyebrows and call a plague on both of your houses down on FDR, the time when we made moonshine up in the hills, and the time when Prohibition was on, and time when things are pretty tough, But we'll be able to laugh at ourselves, because I can remember my own mother being paid in script, and we were literally in the house dependent upon the apples that the students would bring to good old teacher. And those times seem pretty far away, but for all the grandmas and the grandpas and the mothers and fathers who remember those times, I hope you will turn to the Waltons and see it, because it's written about real people. Earl Hamner Jr. grew up in the Blue Ridge Mountains of Virginia, and he wrote about these people. And it's so seldom you find anything real on television outside of documents, People are always putting one another down in shows. We all like to laugh at other people. We seldom laugh at ourselves. And in this show, you get a chance to laugh at what you were when you were a boy. And the young people get a chance to laugh at what Grandpa was really like when, is always preaching this, that, and the other. But what he was really like is underneath, he'd sneak up there in the woods and he'd make moonshine. He'd go out fishing, and he'd go and steal watermelons and pats and get some buckshot in his rear end. And those are all part of our past, And there's still a lot more of this country under corn and concrete. Don't you know that, dear? You know that. And let's make it sweet corn and have a good time on Thursdays with the Waltons. It's wonderful you talked to you so early about this.
Listen,
You're so bright and cheerful and wonderful.
Well, I get up, at the crack of dawn.
You get out and hoe corn?
Yeah, well, sure do. Well,
that's what I escaped from. I escaped from hoeing corn, went off to Stock and Cincinnati and Dayton.
Listen, you played with our senior announcer here, Don Wayne, in Tobacco Road.
Yeah.
Yeah, a few years ago, huh, Will?
Well, it's a little while back, yes, but we ran for a little over 7 years. At least he didn't play that long, or I didn't play that long, but he replaced Jim Barton. And we had a good long run. I see that Fiddler on the Roof has just crept up into second place. We used to be second longest running play on Broadway. And he remembers that. We had some good times together at Tobacco Road.
You were Walter Houston's understudy, too, weren't you?
No, I never. I think that's just...
that isn't true?
He's
such a great voice.
But I've worked with Walter Houston in many a play. And I did the Knickerbocker Holiday, the September song, You know that. No, I won't
sing it. Well, listen, you've got a family, your daughters and your sons.
Yes, I told all my children to stay out of show business. Said, why? You've had a good time. Why shouldn't we? I told my daughters, said, never marry an actor. They said, Mother did. That's flattery, You can't.
Where did they all live, Will?
Well, we all lived. We grew up all over the country. We lived in New York State, and I went out into pictures. And then they worked in an outdoor theater with me. They worked in stock with me in Milwaukee. And they came out to Hollywood, and now my daughters are near me. We have grandchildren, and their husbands are in the business. And my 2 boys are in the business, Tad and Raleigh. So we're just a show troupe, I guess.
Oh, that's great. No, show people, I think, are happy people. True, they understand one another.
I believe so, yes. We're maybe a little over the edge sometimes. We're a little enlarged in life, but by and large, we've learned how to live and love one another. That's what we try to do in the Waltons on Thursday nights, really bring back the times when you get hit over the head and knocked down in a puddle. Show people over and over again have had that happen to them. And the way they shake themselves and get out of the gutter and walk on is the important thing in life, just as it happens to all of us.
That's
to
true,
be able to take the blows in life and do them with a smile, because underneath, all of us are very much the same. We have the same troubles and sorrows, and life is pretty hard. And so it behooves all of us, without being corny about it, to smile at one another and help one another along the way.
That's good advice, Will Gear. We enjoyed the homecoming, and I know that we're going to enjoy the Waltons very, very much, because this is a spin-off.
Yes, let's get away from some of the violence
That's right.
And some of the fact that everybody's always in the hospital. We don't have to all the time have people in a worse situation than we are in order to enjoy life, do we? No. And we don't want to always have the sort of pain that you get, relief from pain that a dentist gives you. We want to be able to think and to remember and to get strength and joy from the things we have gone through and that other people have gone through, and to live it up.
I'm with you, Will. Your Grandpa on the Waltons. Thanks,
Grandpa.
Lois, Will.
Thank you, dear. Andy.